Yo, my dudes, what's going on? David here, and welcome to another reaction. This episode, we are diving into Breaking Bad Season 2, Episode 3, called Bit by a Dead Bee. Hopefully, you've been enjoying the series. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to Patreon for the full, uncut, unedited reactions over there. Episodes extra early over there as well. You obviously know, if you've been watching the show with me, that this show is amazing. I love every bit of the show. We are slowly now diving into more of the Heisenberg character, I guess you can say, because he's slowly not being Walt anymore. I wouldn't rule it Heisenberg quite yet, but definitely getting closer to it. We left off the last episode with Hank obviously showing up and doing what he did to Tuco. So the show is just awesome, man. So hopefully you enjoy the video. Hopefully you enjoy my reaction. Don't forget, like I said, to comment down below. But you know what time it is. Fasten your seatbelts. That's right. Did we leave Jesse? Are they not questioning anything? Two people, one person gets on. I would assume something's wrong. Oh, the trousers. Not the trousers. This is Walt. What the hell?
Better. Yeah, I feel like myself. Really, I mean, the past couple days are missing, but other than that, I feel fine.
I identified the suspect as a Mr. Salamanca and observed what appeared to be a gunshot wound in his midsection. I instructed him to show his hands. Mr. Salamanca lunged toward the vehicle and fired on me with what I ascertained to be an M16 assault rifle. I returned fire and sought cover as Mr. Salamanca proceeded to engage me.
I mean, we're cool and all, but I ain't forgetting you just left me stranded.
God, Badger! Don't mess with me! Got it!
Just grab shit and go, dude.
I got it.
You know what?
Hey, no. Look, he'll pay the rest later. He's totally good for it. Jesse's a stand-up dude.
That right? You a stand-up dude?
Yeah, I am. I will get you the other 500.
500 more. Your word's bond, right?
Or 40 more.
Right.
Giving you another 500. I just said I got 560 here.
But until we know what caused this incident, we can't be certain it won't recur.
Walt is pissed. He did not want to be in here for this long. Yo, the DEA be rolling up like this? Holy.
All right, finish it quick.
I'm gonna assume he does not know.
I'm going. Hey, what's going on, huh? What'd I do?
Hank the Tank.
Jesse Pinkman, I presume? $7,920.
That's not mine.
That's not yours? Huh. Well, he says it's not his, Gomi. Gee, I really thought this might be yours.
I wish.
Unclaimed drug money, huh? Nice.
You know what we got here, Gomi, don't you? That's a new interdiction van right there. Yeah. Definitely some new softball jerseys because we need them, you know?
Good thing Tuco's already dead. I lost this kind of money, I'd want to kill myself.
Where's my root beer? Come on. I gotta pee and I got low blood sugar. I got medical issues.
She looks rough.
Like what kind of medical issues? A penis withdrawal? Schlongus interruptus? Do it. You can do it.
He is horrible looking.
Wendy. You know you want to go back to giving Wendy's, Wendy.
Oh, Ventura. Not this motherfucker. He ain't gonna be able to talk though, so yeah, ring your bells. You're not gonna be able to frame me for nothing.
Oh, man.
Oh. Ventura.
I guess that's a no.
Hey, he didn't
Told you,
talk
young
though.
nuts, this guy's OG.
Oh, yeah.
Kept his mouth shut for 17 years in San Quentin. Stroke or no stroke. Old school gangbang Mexicans don't help the feds.
Yep.
Come on, Jesse, you can do better than this. You can certainly do better than that. To me, at least.
The plan worked. They bought it. I got bills due, man. I'm screwed.
Did he mention my name?
No, thanks for caring.
Right?
What about the basement?
It's clean.
The RV?
Toad.
Badger's cousin took it to his garage. It's safe.
Let's see. You no longer have Tuco to sell your drugs to.
21 pounds. Minus cash on hand. Cash on hand.
You're buying, holy crap. What,
All
Cinco de
right.
Mayo already?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you little sneaky bastard.
Very nice one.
Thank you, sir.
What's the cake gonna say?
What's this? Ah, look at that.
The gut right.
Hey. That gentleman is the grill of the guy I shot.
His grill?
Yeah.
Really?
So he kind of goes over the front teeth like that, you know. Sort of a fashion statement, I guess. You know,
Why does he
certain
seem
folks
worried?
attracted to shiny things.
Oh, wow, cool.
Why is Walt worried? Knew it. I knew Walt was gonna lay the pipe.
Say, honey, I was just thinking about going out to 7-Eleven. Do you need anything? I mean, I don't remember any of that. But one thing I am sure of is that I don't have a second cell phone.
Seriously? I mean, yeah, he lied. She must know, but damn. Boom. Boom. Alrighty, season 2, episode 3 of Breaking Bad, called Bit by a Dead Bee. When it comes to this episode, obviously, we are going to pick up where we left off from the last episode. I think I gave the last episode like a 9 range, 8-9 range. I think I gave it. This will probably be around the 7-8 range. This obviously not being as entertaining as the previous episode, of course, with less happening in this episode than the last. But nonetheless, still a really good, solid episode. We get a little more information on what happened afterwards with Walt and Jesse. They went their separate ways. They split up. At first, I was a little confused about that, but they had it all planned out, usually like Walt does. We also see Hank the Tank is being rewarded for his taking out of Tuco. And so for that, I'm happy, obviously. Hank is a beast. I like Hank a lot. He reminds me, like I said, of an old boss of mine. And so to see him doing, or at least being congratulated and applauded for going out and getting the kill, is awesome to see. We see a little more of Skylar in this episode. I don't know how I feel about Skylar. I'm always sort of like understanding of Skylar's character, but at the same time, I don't know. I like Walt so much. I like Jesse so much that she tends to sort of be that nagging wife at times. And so it is what it is with her. She just cares about her husband and wants the best situation for him. Walt Jr. seems to be kind of sort of like he usually is, doesn't really care that much. The problem that worries me is that Hank is slowly putting two and two together. I'm hoping that Hank doesn't catch a bullet from my boy Walt because he's getting too close type of thing. I don't think they'll go that route. I'm hoping they don't go that route. But it's cool to see it play out with obviously them both being brother-in-laws. And so, him being so close so many times to seeing Walt out of place. But anyways, we have them split up in the beginning. Walt hitchhikes and gets a ride to like the nearest town, it seems like. He then strips his clothes butt naked, obviously knowing what he's getting himself into. He wanted to make it seem like he, lost his mind or whatever. Doesn't just try to, blame it on the medicine or whatever. And so basically we get that. We also get Jesse then clearing out, I'm guessing Walt told him to do this, clearing out the basement of everything, making sure the RV is no longer there, and then getting caught in the motels with the one girl who was hideous. I don't know how one makes that work out. I don't know any amount of drugs that would make her look okay. Wendy, I remember Wendy because obviously Hank was making some funny jokes towards her. But no, there's no way in hell anyone would be like, ooh, look at that piece of ass. Because I wouldn't be doing that. Anyways, so they obviously start questioning Wendy and Jesse. We get Jesse's friend again. I don't know his name, but man, his voice is annoying. Basically, Jesse was having him help him. Told him to call him while he was at the motel and basically get him caught. And so Wendy obviously didn't spill. Jesse obviously isn't going to tell on himself. And then we get Ventura, Tuco's little uncle or whatever he was. And I was worried. I'm not going to lie to you. I was worried. He seemed like somebody that would, without a second of a doubt, rat Jesse out and say that he was there. But nonetheless, he did not. And I think that was what made Jesse, able to roam free. Obviously, they brought him in, started questioning him. And Jesse's like, no, man, he doesn't even know what fucking planet we're on. And then obviously they ask him that question. He gets it right. Then they ask him, what day is it? He gets that right. And so then they ask him, was Jesse at the house? He doesn't do anything. He's just staring at Jesse. Then Hank gets in. He's like, was this man at your house? Still nothing. He then looks over. He starts to go like up towards him. And I'm like, oh crap, he's about to finally fucking talk. Nope. Straight shits himself. Probably one of like the wettest sounding farts I've ever heard. Straight just diarrhea out the butt cheeks. Not a pleasant view. I'm sure it wasn't a pleasant smell either. And so basically he shits himself. That lets Jesse out. Jesse then calls Walt over the payphone. Obviously, Walt is trying to play a victim in the situation. He's trying to sort of be like that person that had no clue what happened. He lost his memory type of thing. And for the most part, Walt's good at acting, man. He knows how to get himself out of situations. He knows how to lie. And it works, obviously. He then Jesse calls him. He then Jesse says that, you know, the money that we got, he took, Hank took from Jesse. And so that triggered Walt into saying, hey, you know, we're still cooking, which is a shock to me. I was wondering what was going to make them cook again. Seems like Walt don't want to stop cooking. And then he went home, obviously on his own will, hid all the money and the gun out of the diaper box, put the diapers back in, almost got caught by Skyler and Walt Jr., doesn't get caught. And then he shoves that freaking IV back through his hand, which I don't know how one does that, but he did it. And then basically the next day he's pretty much let out, and Hank shows up, shows him the grill, and Walt seemed worried. I don't know why he seemed so worried. Maybe I missed something, or maybe there's something to do with that grill. But he definitely seemed like, oh no, this is not good. But anyways, he then gets home with Skyler and them. He then tries to make light of the moment. He comes out the closet, butt naked again, swinging around his Walt. And Skyler then brings up the other phone. He then, you know, obviously says there isn't a phone, but she doesn't believe him at all. She knows that there's a phone. And he goes in for a kiss, and she pretty much doesn't give him one. And that worries me because obviously he's lying. So she must know that he's lying. And it you know, it hurts to see Walt. I hate seeing someone get the cold shoulder, and so to see Walt get the cold shoulder, it kind of sucks. But obviously he's lying. He's not being honest with her. And so it's like I understand both parties. But I mean, again, even in episodes that aren't, you know, jam-packed with like craziness going on, you still get very solid episodes. You get very you know, good storytelling. You get, you know, like just the progressions of the characters just continue to always be something that I look forward to. Again, Marie, we didn't get much of her, so that's fine with me. And just the relationships, the chemistry between all of the actors and whoever they're on screen with always just flows so well. It feels so nice, and it's just an enjoyable experience. I'm glad that I'm reacting to Breaking Bad. It is definitely up there for one of my favorite shows, and it took me by surprise, even though I heard all the high praise from everyone who's watched it. You know, you still never know. There's plenty of shows that have high praise that I've sat down and tried watching and I couldn't get into. I'm glad this isn't one of those. It's definitely a fun experience to, you know, witness the story that's being told, be a part of the story in the sense of just somebody that's watching on and seeing, you know, being emotionally connected to Walt and his situation to a degree with the whole cancer stuff. Like, it's all real cool. And it just progresses very well. Every time, like, where do we go from here? We figure out some way, somehow to move forward. Obviously there's X amount of seasons, way more seasons than what I'm on. So, you know, there's always going to be that reason to go forward. And so I just look forward to it. I enjoy the show a lot. Hopefully you enjoy the reactions. That is all for this episode. Again, I gave it 7-8 range, probably closer to that 7, just because we had one of those 9s on the previous episode, and this one was just kind of, you know, going further into detail and just kind of more of a drama storytelling episode, which is perfectly fine. Like I said, 7's is still a good episode, and yeah, that's what I gave it, 7-8 range. But if you agree or disagree, don't forget to comment down below. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe. And if you enjoy the content enough and you want to see more of it, don't forget to head on over to Patreon for the full uncut, unedited reactions over there. But that is all the time I have for this episode. So hopefully you had a good time. I will let you guys go. Thanks so much, guys. Peace.